Well, 1205 Distillery was founded in 2014, and a lot has certainly changed since the Indiana Craft Distillery started making spirits, a mix of tradition and innovation. 1205 opened a tasting room in Indianapolis, another in Westfield, now planning to open a 15,000 square foot distillery and tasting room in downtown Lebanon. With more on growth plans and what's fueling the distilled spirits industry in Indiana, pleased to welcome 1205 Distillery owner Nolan Hudson. Nolan, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Great entrepreneurial story here, I think. A lot of elements to it. I'll get right to it first, though. This new location in Lebanon, downtown Lebanon, near the courthouse. This is a big move for you, not only a tasting room, but a big production facility as well. Talk about this new location and what it's going to look like in Lebanon.
Yeah, so we're really excited to join the Lebanon community. I've been in talks with the mayor and a bunch of people involved for the past 8 months or so. And we're going to be opening up a 15,000 square foot distillery and tasting room. It's going to allow us to increase our production by about 400%. We're doing about 1.5 barrels of whiskey a week now, and we'll be making about 1 barrel a day once we get into the full swing of things. So we'll have half of it set up for distilling, and the other half set up for a large tasting room with a music stage, bar, and some food trucks inside. Yeah,
that's phenomenal growth. Again, you launched in 2014 in Fletcher Place in downtown Indianapolis, expanded to Westfield. Talk about, in your view, how you got started, and what's really driving the growth of your business.
Yeah, we started strictly with production. We didn't have any of the room for a tasting room. So our first 2 years or so was just distribution with our vodka and gin. We didn't have any of our whiskeys out. And then we opened up a tasting room, and our first tasting room just blew up. So then we decided to go into Westfield. And when we opened up Westfield, we opened up about 4 weeks before the COVID shutdown. But even with then, just the community and people coming in and supporting us, we blew our first year projections out of the water. And we realized that our growth in our tasting rooms is really going to help push our growth out in the market as well. So we really started to focus on our tasting rooms. We expanded our Westfield location once. We expanded our downtown location another time as well. And we decided we needed a bigger space to keep up with demand. Right now, we're selling faster than we can produce, especially with the tasting rooms. So Lebanon was the next logical step for us. We found a perfect building, and the tasting rooms just really helped us grow to that point.
Hey, Nolan, talk about the distilled spirits industry in Indiana. It's growing and has been growing. It's a little tougher to enter the market, maybe more expensive than it is in the craft brewery side of the business. But talk about the industry, because it continues to grow, not just here in Indianapolis, but around the state.
Yeah, for sure. We're seeing a lot more distilleries open up. When we first started, there were just a handful of us, maybe 5 or 6. And now we're seeing around 30 to 40 ones around the state. And we're seeing a lot of breweries getting into the distilling game. We're seeing a lot more people just try to turn their hobby into something almost like brewing, but it's a little harder because you're not allowed to legally distill at home. So that's definitely a big barrier to entry.
Only have about 20 seconds, Nolan, but I think it's interesting too. Craft breweries and also craft distilleries like 1205 can really be part of a community's rebirth or quality of life, revitalization.
Yeah, of course. And we try to find those smaller cities that we see growth potential in. And like Westfield and Lebanon, we know that we can help that community grow, but also that community is going to help us grow because a lot of places want something like us, or restaurants or breweries going in.
That's very good. 1205 Distillery expanding again, this time into Lebanon with a major distillery. Nolan Hudson, I should say, the owner of 1205 Distillery. Nolan, congratulations on the growth. We look forward to following your story.
Thank you so much.
All right.